What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, shocking information. As three-time junior middleweight world champion, who is the undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and Jermell Ironman Charlo. Jermell Ironman Charlo is 35 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 19 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. With that said, Jermell Charlo is going to dare to be great. Jermell Charlo is going to jump up from 154 to 168 super middleweight, and he's going to challenge the 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing, in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez is 59 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5 foot. He is 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Okay. With that said, they're gonna fight September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. Okay, and Jermell Charlo is daring to be great, jumping up 2 weight classes to take on this challenge. And everybody is questioning if Jermell Charlo truly has an opportunity and a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez, seeing as though Canelo Alvarez has actually fought at 168 for multiple fights. He campaigns in that division. He's been up to 175, light heavyweight division, and he's campaigned in that division twice. So he's seen to be the bigger guy, although in stature, he's not the bigger guy. Jermell Charlo's 5'11" and a half. So that makes him about 3.5 inches taller than Canelo. He has a 73.5-inch arm reach, so he has a 3.5-inch arm reach advantage over Canelo. He has a big frame. And so people are questioning, even though he has the big frame and he's taller, is he the bigger guy? You have fighters and ex-fighters, boxing pundits, they're saying, this is not a good idea for Jermell Charlo to attempt to do this. But Jermell Charlo feels like he can be victorious here. And then he makes a revolution, right? Jermell Charlo lets the world know, listen, I fight at 154. I weigh 154 one day. Not even a whole day, one moment. Which we all know fighters do. They don't fight at the weight they're walking around in. They dehydrate themselves, drain themselves down to that weight, squeeze into that weight class, then they move up. They rehydrate. And so with that said, Jermell Charlo reveals, I fight all my fights at 168. Now, he didn't want to reveal what's his actual walking around weight, but he stated, I fight all my fights at 168. That's where I fight at. I weigh 154 just for the weigh-in. Immediately after, I rehydrate, and by the night of the fight, I fight at 168. Now, Canelo Alvarez not being the biggest guy, he weighs in at usually 167 and some change, right? And, then he, rehydrates, but Canelo Alvarez is not a big guy, so he may rehydrate to like 175, right? If that. Not a big guy at all. 180 is pushing it for Canelo Alvarez. I think he probably weighs 175. This just lets you know Jermell Charlo probably walks around at 190. Easy. If he rehydrates to 168, he's going to walk around at about 190. Okay? So he's definitely a much bigger guy. Terrence Crawford is a guy who fought at 130, 135, 140, 147. He rehydrates at 147 to about 160 pounds, close to it. And he stated that afterwards, about 155 pounds to 160 pounds. And then when he completely rehydrates, he walks around at 165. So he's naturally a bigger guy. If Jermell Charlo's reveal is that he weighs 168 every fight. That's the least he weighs per fight. Then he's going to be extremely comfortable at this weight, which means Jermell Charlo doesn't have to rehydrate to 175, 180, right? Jermell Charlo should actually weigh in around 172. Rehydrate to about 172. He'll be explosive. He'll have more energy, right? He'll be able to absorb Canelo Alvarez puncher. Sometimes if you gain too much weight, that can hinder you. If he gets all the way up to 190 or 180, 185 or something of that magnitude, because you figure if he goes from 154 to 168, right, that's 14 pounds. So if you say he weighs in 168 and gains 14 pounds, he'll be 182, right? And I gather he walks around about 185, 190, right? So if he does that, he may fatigue in the second half of the fight. It may start to weigh on him and weigh him down in the second half of the fight, carrying all that weight. See, walking around at that weight and living your everyday life and competing at the highest level with that weight is a completely different story. Okay, that's completely different. So I believe he should weigh about 172. Right? Slightly over what he normally weighs at 150 when he fights at 154. Be about he says 168, 172. Give him a little bit more punch resistance, a little bit more energy, a little bit more oxygen. He has a strong jab. I think that this will give him the advantage that he needs. It'll give him the spark that he needs. And I could see him completely being energetic, effective, and a better version of what we are accustomed to seeing when he fights at 154. Okay, I think that his jab will be more powerful. I think that his ability to be elusive. I think his punch resistance will be better, and I think that he'll be stronger than Canelo Alvarez. I think that he'll be sharper. And I already knew he had a big frame. So I stated that I don't put much stock personally into him jumping up from 54 to 68 because he's fighting Canelo, and Canelo Alvarez is a shorter guy, not a very big frame. He has broad shoulders, but not a very big guy, Canelo is. And so I think that Jermell Charlo will be able to absorb Canelo Alvarez's punches. Canelo Alvarez is an extremely strong puncher, but he has slow feet. He's used to fighting bigger guys. He's used to breaking them down. He's very, very crafty. He'll punch your biceps like we saw with Caleb Smith until you can't move your arm anymore. Just keep punching your arms and your biceps. Then once you can't move your arms anymore, you start to drop your arms. Well, then you can't punch and you can't defend yourself. So he's very crafty in those areas. And I think he'll be very crafty against Jermell Charlo, but I definitely see Jermell Charlo being able to withstand it. I think Jermell Charlo definitely can be able to weather the storm, because there will be storms that come with Canelo Alvarez. You best believe there's going to be some storms. He's going to have some big moments. You weather those storms, you'll be successful. He had big moments against Dimitri Bivol. The only fight he didn't have big moments in was when he fought Floyd. I thought he lost every single round. But when he fought Dimitri Bivol, he had moments in that fight. He backed him up against the ropes. He just wasn't effective. Bivol was able to weather the storm, then offset it, not let him have and gain a lot of momentum. He cut the momentum off immediately. So he'll have moments against Jermell Charlo. Now, I know people said, Brian Castano had success against Jermell Charlo. Dimitri Bivol is going to have success against him. Brian Castano had success against Jermell Charlo. Canelo Alvarez will work his way on the inside and has even more success. Well, that Argentinian footwork and style and working their way to the inside is completely different than that of Canelo Alvarez's style. It's completely different. It's very crafty. It's very awkward. It's very unorthodox. It's very hard, unpredictable. That's not going to be the case with Canelo Alvarez. Jermell Charlo will see him coming in. He'll see him working his way in. It's more predictable. It's just, can he weather the storm, right? Canelo Alvarez, when he gets in the inside, is crafty, and just not as crafty and unorthodox as Brian Castano, though. So let's see how this unfolds. But shockingly, he reveals he fights at 168 every fight. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.